challenged here, 2v2, Golgotha Mines, blue team. With the Space Marines, first up we have Lesten as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. This is the Imperial Fist's elite scheme. Alongside, Alman is an Apothecary support commander that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a target heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Some more Imperial Fists over here, but I believe this is the free DLC from Relic. And here we see the elite scheme. Red team, some Eldar and Grathul as a Warlock, a melee commander that can leap into combat. Some powerful spells including support, mobility and generally hurting people. Alongside, Lysander plays a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat, great for capping and harassing with some awesome control abilities too. This is the same Han elite scheme, I think. Lysander, of course, the name of an Imperial Fist captain, the first captain I believe. Also the name of some old Spartan fella, which is probably where they got the name from. Warlock capping mid, force commander doesn't want to know, he's going over to the west side here. Banshees from both Eldar players, we'll see how effective they are outside of the opening engagements once shotguns get onto the field and that kind of thing. Might really get bullied later when assault marines appear and start getting their sergeants going. These tactical marines are not interested in this node at all. I do think the Eldar are going to want to expend some effort and time trying to lock down these contested nodes in the south and north edges, because you don't want Space Marines getting their tier 3 groove on, especially where you can camp the mid, which is, this is a pretty decent map for that. Get a Land Raider in here, it's going to be hard to shift it. Howling Banshees in amongst these tactical marines, taking a bunch of damage, but he's trying to judge this. Oh, there's a heal on the tactical marines and these ladies are stuck in pipes. Oh dear, down they go. That was very, very dicey. I mean, unlucky that he got stuck in those pipes, but he did wait a hell of a long time to retreat there. If those tactical marines forced melee combat and the Apothecary also meleeing them as they retreated, they might have gone down anyway. But down they go. Does he replace them? I don't think he might do. He might just go Shuriken into some more Dire Avengers and then some Rangers or something. These guys are going to steal this node. Scouts need to retreat. Tactical Marines also dropped a model. They might head back to base. Here come these Banshees. We'll see how they do. Shotgun blast hits 4 of them. Sends them absolutely flying. 1 is still in there though. Getting no power melee attacks on. Scouts being forced to retreat by some Shuriken fire and then getting knocked over on retreat. That was a bit weird. Might have been a domino knockback. Tactical Marines do drop a model there. Nicely done, those Banshees pushing through. They do have this node. Oh, they renoded this as well. Shuriken is going to stop this Apothecary. He spots it just in time. Lesten getting some more scouts. Double shotguns maybe. Shotguns are on the way. Banshee's going to have a real tough time in the north, I think. Especially if the force commander's around with his battle crying special attack goodness. Right now though, he's smacking around a Warp Spirit Exarch. We're just happy to time up in melee, I think, and stop him from capping stuff. Power going up in the mid from the Space Marines. Very rare on this map that you see power generators go up in the middle. Double scouts moving forward. Do have a sergeant, so grenades could be really bad news. Speaking of grenades, there's a plasma one which completely missed everything. Very strange throw there. That was better. Keeps the scouts moving. Banshees running in. Don't have a hell of a lot of support. And these guys can still shotgun blast. There it is. But they do retreat out. Eldar holding that power. And this power's been chopped up by Banshees. Oh, he has replaced them then. Here they are. Already have the aspect of strength. I assume the other ladies did, but I didn't actually see or notice. Assault Marines on the field for Alman. Jump troops that disrupt units when they land. 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor, so they can take a beating and they usually get it, so it's a good thing. When you've got a unit jumping on your back lines, usually you try and focus it down. There's a jump. Knocking the Banshees flying. They will get up and do well in melee, but as you can see, by the time they get up, they've lost so much health that they need to just run away. Especially with that Apothecary support. Down goes the Warlock. Our Avengers here with their own Warlock leader. Or Exarch, I should say, as he is now. Runs away. Warp Spider should be able to revive this guy at some point when the middle is a bit quieter. Can teleport in and get him off course. Shotgun blast in amongst those pipes. We saw how that worked out in the south earlier. These guys, these Banshees are going down. It's just in that engagement way too long. Force Commander there. Double Shotgun Scouts and Tactical Marines focusing them down quite handily. He does replace his Banshee, so Banshee squad's going down both sides. Be a full power must have yet. Going to shoot that node down. He's going to decap that fully matured wreck point as well. Not sure what these scouts are up to. We're getting really close to that base, but they do retreat off. Oh, Apothecary goes down. Trying to decap this. Or in fact, he did finish the cap on that VP, so that might have been worth it. He can, of course, use his global ability, Lariman's Blessing, to revive allied commanders back at their bases, which is pretty damn useful, especially in a 3v3 situation where you can revive 3 heroes at once for 125 red or whatever it is these days. Someone is jumping in right into shuriken fire, though. They can jump again soon-ish at 55 energy. Don't want to get closer while they can't jump, though. There we go. Jump, fellas. Boom. Just forcing the issue, don't they, Assault Marines? Soaking up so much piercing damage. Warp Sword Exarch does get the revive. He's level 2 now. Has Entangling Web, which is going to be a pain in the ass for those Assault Marines. And improved targeters. The Warlock can kick some ass when he gets his Witchblade of Kurnus and Ethereal Slashes stuff. Witchblade of Kurnus recently got damage increase. Tactical Marines dropping and retreat to Howling Banshees. Nice little sweep in from Angrathul here. 414, 366 on the VPs. And a 2-to-1 cap. Tier 2 for everyone apart from Lysander. Grenade. That's going to be pretty sweet if these guys don't notice. And they did not notice. Holy crap. Tons of damage. Dropped 3 models, I think. Massive amounts of damage to those 2 squads. Very centralized, though, the damage on frag grenades, unlike plasma, which is a lot more spread out. That Warps for the Exarch went down. Apothecary heals himself with the Purification Rites, knocking stuff flying, doing some damage. Pretty nice. Those Banshees need to be careful, but with the support of the Shuriken, should be able to see off this Apothecary. Needs to be careful, this Apothecary. His Banshees are still chasing, though. What are they doing? Apothecary goes down, so he wasn't very careful. They're trying to chase the Banshees there, but they're not going to get them. And Shuriken forces them off. Some cool engagements in the mid brewing. Special attack from the Warlock. He is getting the Witchblade of Kurnus, so maybe he can even the field against those bullying Assault Marines. Are you going to die? 17 hit points should be alright. Yep. And Shuriken sets up in time to stop this advance here. But these guys can both infiltrate with the upgrade. Elite training or something it's called. Whirlwind on the way for Alman. And there's... was it a rebuy or a Lariman's Blessing? It was a rebuy. So he's back into the field with full health. VP's very, very close. Lesten doesn't have much power to spend. But what does he do? Oh, he's got a Thunder Hammer. That's what he's doing. Double Grenade Spike doesn't really do a whole lot. Webway Gate is up, but these guys can easily spot it. The detecting sergeant of those scouts. Banshee's coming out of the Webway Gate. Not a very nice sight to see if you're a Space Marine, but Shotgun's doing their thing, and there is the Thunder Hammer to absolutely wreck Banshees all day long. That literally destroyed them in 2 hits. There's Shotgun support there. Boy. Thunderhammer just destroyed Lysander's army pretty much. He's down to some Dire Avengers as he crawls into tier 2. Oh! Tactical Marines wiping out though. Those were Almans, I believe. And this isn't a particularly good engagement for the Assault Marines, but Apothecary is there for a little bit of health regen. And Whirlwind doing its thing. Did that wipe something out? No, Banshees live. Apothecary is tying up the... Yeah, he is tying up the Dire Avengers. There's Angels of Death, and he takes out those Dire Avengers, but loses the Assault Marines. That's a decent trade, I think. Angels of Death Global giving you 50% damage reduction and immunity to all knockback. Used it too late there, though. I mean, once he'd killed the Dire Avenger, why didn't he just get the hell out of there? I'm not sure if he had the energy to jump. Maybe he didn't, and he just figured he'd die with a retreat hit. Tried to keep them alive. Falcon on the field for Angrathul, and Lysander going for some Wraithguard. Alman down to just a Whirlwind and Scout Squad then. Lost his Tactical Marines and Assault Marines in pretty quick succession. A lot of action on the flanks. What's this? Just some Dire Avengers recapping. We've seen a foray into the red team's lines, but he doesn't go for the power with that missile launcher there. I guess he was trying to chase down this Falcon, but it's way into HQ now. Need some repairs. Some more Dire Avengers from Angrathul. You'd expect Lysander to get something up quickly. Oh, Autark dropping in. And in caps immediately. And Warp Spiderexarch also capping 2-to-1 cap for red. 356 to 341. Dreadnought on the way for Lesten. Big heavy hitting unit. And more pain for Howling Banshees. There is the Warlock's Distort Field Global for these ladies to give them some pretty significant range damage reduction, but the Thunderhammer doesn't care about that. Warlock runs away, but looks like he's going to get away. Whirlwind backing off. Nice job focusing range damage on that Force Commander so he leaves the field and Banshees can do their thing. And they really are doing their thing. Some decent staying power there with that Distort Field up. And they wipe out those Tactical Marines. Who said Banshees can't chase anymore? Me, probably. But they're doing pretty well here. Really well, in fact. Holy crap, they are tearing through stuff. Banshees at their best. Supported a little bit with a buff and combined arms around them, and they can wreck faces. Level 3 now. Wraithguard pushing forward, their fire on the move, trying to take out this Whirlwind. They might do it. It's going to get behind the shot blocker. Yes. So nicely controlled by Alman. Needs to keep moving though. Doesn't want to dawdle. You're not going to be able to do anything, Mr. Warp Spider. He does have his enhanced warp jump generator. Oh, it's a Dreadnought. These Wraithguard aren't going to want to see that. Double Dreadnoughts on the field. Imperial Fist Dreadnoughts do look pretty cool. Run away. Comes another one on retreat path. This is Lesten's one. 340 to 341. Double cap for red. Really, really good little passage of play for them. Killing that Tactical Marine squad with those Banshees. Dark Creepers on the field for Lysander. Bad news for heavy armor. These guys do Inferno damage these days, I think, or is it Plasma? I forget. It's one of them, and heavy armor doesn't like it. Fire Dragons for Angrathul. Good damage versus all targets at relatively short range, but they have some decent mobility, and if buffed, can go pretty ballistic. Force Commander now has his teleporter, as well as Artificer, so he's pretty nuts. Teleporting around, hammering the crap out of stuff. That's a very, very dead Apothecary. Not paying attention there is Alman. Oh, drop pod was used. Probably to get... what? To reinforce your scouts? Did he have... oh, he might have called in those Tactical Marines that he lost in the mid with them. With it, I should say. Tactical Marines here with his Sergeant and Missile Launcher. Falcon is in trouble here. One rear armor hit would do it. No, does not go for the rear armor hit on the Missile Launcher. What is he doing? Massive, massive misplay from Lesten there. Looked like, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm completely misjudging range, but it looked like if they just moved forward a little bit, they could have got a shot off there. Warlock runs away, gets away too. Space Marine's now starting to look pretty powerful in the mid with that with those double dreadnoughts. Need some repairs though, fella. Fire Dragons. We saw the damage output against that Apothecary there. Almost halfway. They are over halfway to level 2 already. Generators going down in the middle. Wraith Guard do not want to fight in melee with a dreadnought. It's not going to work out well for you, fellas. Oh look, when they get knocked back, they don't actually fall over. Force Commander doing his thing, and they might get a triple cap here, the Space Marines. Maybe it was once they killed a bunch of stuff Eldar, maybe they should have tried to get through to tier 3. But they've tried to reinforce their armies with these tier 2 units. Some more Wraith Guard, the Fire Dragons and Dark Reapers. Not necessarily a bad choice, but Fire Prisms are good, I hear. 295 to 292. VPs have been really even throughout the game. Losses on both sides that we've seen. We've seen at least 2 Banshee squads go down, and maybe 3, I believe. At least 2 Tactical Marine squads going down. Assault Marines going down. There's that Emperor's Fist thing. Really bad news for Banshees. What are they still doing here? Imperial Slash trying to save them. Looks like they are going to get away. Oh, drop pod. Might take them out here. That one model is free, I believe. Warlock literally leaping in and trying to save those Dire Avengers with a little bit of a heal and a speed buff after she leaps in. I believe it also gives you a little damage buff also. And she does she have inspiring attacks on kill? Something like that going on. She seems to have the visual effect for that anyway. Force Commander gets away. Double Wraith Guard trying to shoot a Dreadnoughts, which might work out for them since there's 2 squads. Some friendly fire as well. Oh, this thing has an assault cannon and goes down. Warlock, did that actually finish it off? That Warlock drop might have. 295, 284, 1-to-1 cap. Alman down to just Tactical Marines. But both Space Marine players are tier 3 now. Though Lesten's quartered away there. Warlock here from Lysander. 2 Warlocks on the field up. Does their damage reduction buff stack? I'm not sure. Hard to know what stacks and what doesn't in this game. The Dawn of War 2 way. You have a lot of red, Lesten. So you might see some Terminators pretty quickly in tier 3. Alman, what do you have in fact in terms of red? 250. Only 100 more for some Terminators. More Dire Avengers from Lysander. Perhaps some of those nifty energy shields of theirs in the middle. Oh, look at this. Warlock stealing VP. They're pretty good for that. They run so freaking fast. And of course, swift movement global from the Warlock helps with that. Might be a good idea to put a web brigade around here somewhere. Let's see this engagement. Of course, going to lead in a line with his teleport and then hammer the crap out of stuff technique, which is pretty damn effective and doesn't really require much skill. Massively effective. Apothecary getting shot to pieces again by those Fire Dragons. Have you leveled up yet? You must have, yet. Into level 2. Predator tank for Alman. Angrathul goes tier 3. Lysander still in tier 2, but he's got a large infantry army here. Can deal with infantry pretty well, but not sure what he's gonna. He can't really help against that Predator tank. Down goes some Dire Avengers. Just as I was saying, Lysander has a large army. Grenade went off there, I believe. I think. Oh, leveling up is the Force Commander. He's level 8. Bloody hell. 1353 hit points with the mobility of a teleporter. It's not bad. Taking out a Wraith Guard model, but they should be fine. See the little Spirit Seer Warlock there helping them see. Like a guide dog. More pressure on this VP, and this is what the Eldar need to do. Use your speed to do stuff. Top level Eldar strategy here. Using your speed to do stuff. And Predator tank goes down. Bloody hell. That's mental. Level 3 Fire Dragon. I wasn't being serious, by the way. It's not the most top level strategy, using your speed to do stuff. Apothecary runs away. Couldn't you have just healed yourself, mate, and stayed there? Guess not. Falcon shooting some gens. Let's try, says Alman. I think Lesten wanted to concede, maybe. I thought that Predator tank was going to do some work, but Fire Dragons had other ideas. Webway Gate in the middle now. No sign of a Webway Gate to try and go after this VP a bit more easily. This Autarch has a spear. Very rarely will you see the Autarch with her fusion gun, but it's pretty awesome. The spear is a power melee weapon. 65 DPS, not bad at all. On something that can jump around and run like crazy. You're gonna die though, Mr. Autarch. Mrs. Autarch, I should say, but she gets away. Double Wraith Guard. Why are they getting so close? Oh, they're going for the Predator tank. What was that? Oh, it was a Destructor from... No, it wasn't a Destructor. What did I see? Oh, it was just a plasma cannon shot, of course. Just saw blue stuff and everything flying around. Equals plasma cannon. Force commanders down. Oh, Terminators. They're going to rip through things with their Storm Bolters. Massive amounts of piercing DPS. And of course, incredibly tough and resistant to piercing damage. Apothecary is going to get level 5, which is good for his heal, which upgrades every 2 levels. 3, 5, 7, 9. Combat stims up. 39,284 double cap for Eldar, looking pretty grim for the Space Marines, but we will see. They can come back. They're pretty good at stabilizing situations and digging in, but do they have the resources and the units to do so right here? Lesten can drop a nuke or drop some Terminators very soon. Plasma cannon shot does not finish off the Dire Avengers, but they were finished off anyway. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad for Eldar. Trying to run into massed Space Marine lines does not work out well for you. Distort Field may be saving those Howling Banshees there. Nice usage by Angrathul. Drop pod, reinforcing stuff. 19,284, single cap for the Eldar, and this Autarch doing an awesome job, Angrathul, of putting pressure on this VP. Done that really well in this game. Using their ability, there you go. It's quite a compact map as well, but they really have used their speed to decent effect. Scouts getting right up close to that power node to do maximum damage. But now they've been found by Fire Dragons. Holy crap, they melt stuff. They're still immune to weapon knockback as well, I believe. So you can't really jump on them easily as Assault Marines. Ouch. Nice grenade on those tacticals. 2-to-1 cap though for the Space Marine team. These Tactical Marines are going to get away. Distort Field again used for these Fire Dragons this time, and should see them alright. Yep, maybe if those Terminators forced to melee combat on retreat would have finished them off then, maybe. Power Fists do pretty well in melee, I hear. Falcon at the top there with its shield up. Down goes the Predator tank. Not sure why it was hanging around with double Wraith Guard shooting it. Nice grenade on those Tactical Marines there. Drop pod. Tactical Marines getting that. Did they actually do a bunch of damage to the Falcon? Didn't notice. Down goes the Falcon. Losses all around. Holy crap. 7-248. 2-to-1 cap, I should say, for the Space Marines. Are you going to jump back here, Miss Autarch, and cap again? She's busy chopping the crap out of a plasma cannon right now to answer me. And Banshees are there. This is dead. Well done. See, like that? That's an on-kill buff going off. I always forget about the on-kill buff for the Autarch. Not sure what kind of buff it is, but it looks like it's a damage buff because of the yellow circle. Oh. We have Angry Space Elf mode activated. Providence going off so he can Ethereal Slash all day long. Assault Terminator is getting absolutely wrecked here. Wow. Melter doing extra damage versus super heavy infantry armor. 25% more, I think. That was painful for those Terminators. Still have a double cap here. They have the red team's natural. And that's an Eldritch Storm. See how much damage it does on these Terminators. Took pretty much half their health. Not bad. Those Tactical Marines survived somehow. Alman retreats them out. And there's nothing in retreat path. I think... Oh, there's an Autarch in retreat path. Capping. Not sure if Umgrathor's going to notice this though. Yeah. Does not notice. And those Tactical Marines live. But now we have a 1-to-1 cap for the red... and red team. Oh, they're not going to cap this. You died, didn't you, Mr. Warp Spider? Wraithguard turn around to cap, so he might have the 2-to-1, which might be enough to win them the game here. Nope. Blue team getting back on their natural quick there with those Tactical Marines. Capping 50% faster than normal. Force Commander is fine. Are you level 10 yet? Yes, you are. 1472 hit points with some good health regen. Autarch jumping around and tries to decap at least, but it's going to have some stuff shooting at her. Did that missile hit? It might have. Oh no, you might die, Miss Autarch. Yeah, you're dead. She tried to sky leap there, so you probably lost the red for it and stuff. And down she goes. Warp Spider Exarch does. I was going to say, he's going to get Shimmer Orb, he already has it. Tactical Marines run. No sign of the Land Raider Redeemer, and these guys do not have the resources to start thinking about that kind of thing. Got to try and double up and stabilize in the mid the best you can. Not sure what these scouts are up to. Ethereal Slash goes off, but the... Oh, VP's countdown. I was going to say the Warlock has to run away, but they got their natural back and they had the mid. Terminator is trying to decap there, was not paying attention to the VP counter at all. But there you have it. Pretty cool game. Backs and forths and lots of deaths. Not the highest level play ever, but it was cool to watch. Look at the heroes end of the game. Force Commander level 10. Killed so much stuff with that hammer. Apothecary level 8. Had his anointed power axe at the end of the game there. What's the DPS on this thing? 50. Warlock with his Angry Space Elf build, Kernus, Providence, and Heart of Darkness. Did not notice that buff going down, but maybe it did. And the Warps of Exarch, level 6, fighting some Assault Terminators there in a shower of sparks. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.